how I got involved is that where my office is here in
$8 billion.
Minneapolis, I'm sort of in the heart of all of
$8
this
billion.
fraud, and I would see these
$8
childcare centers. I said,
billion.
well, there are any kids there.
Now be Aaron. Oh, you black shark whining about. Oh, why are you whining about the past? Just let the past go. Oh, but you not over here running down into Minnesota and pulling out of your RV trucks, pulling up and protesting these people. These people done stole upwards of, they're saying $18 billion when it in regards to the total network of fraudulent infrastructure that has been created in Minnesota. Okay, let's roll.
It's the middle of the day, and all I see are a couple of guys standing out front smoking. And then I'd go by another daycare and I'd see the same thing. I said, well, where do these kids play? And so I started to go online and look, and I said, this place is licensed for 80 children. They had 0 children. Every time I went by there, they never
0
had a
children,
child
y'all.
there. Then I started to see all
0 children. We're in the black community here in America. Have you seen any type of black group telling the government, hey, we have 1,000 children and we are feeding 1,000 children every day, and we need, let's say, $300 million. Guess what? And we don't have one child. That's exactly what these people are doing there in Minnesota and other places. But right now, Minnesota is definitely on the table. Let's go.
all these
Smack that
transportation
like button there,
companies
people. We're not
going
playing.
around.
This is
And it was always
the
a
USA.
Somali driver.
Smack
And I
that
said,
like
well,
button.
that's great. They're out there transportation contributing, but they never had a passenger, never, ever once. And I said, well, what is all this transportation? What are they doing? So then I found out that in Minnesota, they have something called non-emergency medical transportation. So this is going to the dentist's office, therapy, whatever it might be. And I said, well, how many of these companies are there? And the research came back that there are 1,020 of them, and more than 800 of them are Somali owned.
Now, so what he is explaining to you right now is they are identifying a particular agency out of the benefits program in Minnesota, which is the transportation part of the medical program in Minnesota. Okay, so it's called non-emergency transportation is what this gentleman was explaining to you. Okay, non-emergency transportation, you can you can go and set up your own business through Medicaid, okay? By going through the proper channels that Medicaid provides through their application, okay? Through their application process. Therefore, Medicaid will deem you to be approved or denied approval, okay? And once approved, you will then be able to pick up patients that need to go to and from their doctor's appointments and various other appointments relative to medical, like an Uber cab. So an Uber cab, but it's medical, will pick you up and take you to and from your appointment, okay? And the thing is, a lot of these transportation companies have went down and they messed it up for the black community because these transportation companies would be sending in reports to the federal government saying that they are taking X amount of passengers, patients to non-emergency appointments, and they basically wasn't taking anybody. Okay, so we would call that in the medical transportation community ghost rides. Okay, so they were doing a lot. They were inflicting a lot of ghost rides on our community, and uh, having us pay for it through our tax dollars sent from the federal government. So this is what he's explaining, and we're talking about. They said they have 1,000 companies, out there, bro. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro. When I say that's crazy for a city like that, or the city that they or the state that they in, that's kind of crazy, bro. Let's go. Smack that like button there, people.
Nobody from the state of Minnesota ever cross-checks to see if any rides were ever actually provided. All they did was write the check.
So right here we have all this paperwork. And how are you getting all this information about the fraud?
A lot of it is through my own research. And then I have some contacts at the Capitol going back many, many years. And so the data that I'm getting is 100% accurate, coming directly from research done by people at the state Capitol.
All this paperwork right here, what are we looking at?
The areas of fraud that I have numbers for are mostly related to childcare. This is massive fraud that is beyond anyone's imagination. And so, for example,
they thought they would never ever get caught. You're not understanding. They thought they would never ever get caught. They thought Biden, or they thought, well, Biden was out, but they thought Kamala was going to win. They thought the Kamala and the Walsh ticket was going to win. And they didn't think that they were going to win off of their good merits and their great campaign strategies and the, what it is that they're supposed to be campaigning on that's near and dear to the American people, on why they just was so overly confident that they would win. No, these people were obviously scamming the system, buying votes. And we're now learning that there was potentially massive voter fraud. Okay. And also, why would you want a non-American to vote in your voting system and not be able to provide sufficient ID? Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense? We cannot, we can't be doing this. We can't be doing this. Dick Nalius said, go, go, go. Know what I'm saying? Doctor, what's up, Doctor? Dr. A.M. Prince, what's happening? Said go. Layla, what's happening, Layla? I see you, Layla. I see you there, gal. What's happening? And yeah, none of them could be trusted. That is a fact. We can't be playing around like that. We ain't playing around. They not playing, we not playing. American power.
For 120 children. I have never seen a single child there ever, and I've been by that place at least 100 times.
These Somalians, these groups are setting up these daycares, these childcare centers, getting money from the government, but there's no kids.
No kids. Never had any of them. They're all fraught with violations, and even though they have these violations, they're still in operation and they're still getting money. And it's millions of dollars for every one of them every year.
All of these people, and then they come in over here, and then these Africans want to get into the blacks' faces over here, and they want to say, "Oh, nigga, we better than you, nigga, you lazy nigga. That's why you can't get no money, nigga. We come over here and look, in 30 years, nigga, we drive in a Civic, a Honda Civic, nigga. Look at my Honda Civic, nigga. Look at my Honda Civic, nigga. Look at my Honda Civic, nigga. In 30 years, nigga. 30 years, nigga. Nigga, we like niggas. Now y'all got to go.
So we have a thing called CCAP. It's a blend of federal and state money. The bottom line is it's taxpayer money, so it's state money and it's federal money. And the problem is the people of the state of Minnesota are the ones writing the checks. This is kind of the maddening thing, is you have daycare, so you have adult daycare, and then you have child care, and then you have health care. And a lot of these same names keep coming up on all of these different types of businesses. And then, of course, we have the transportation, a lot of those same names.
Around, so Augustine with the nasty name, I don't even know how to, what that name is you have. But Around blacks never relax. Around blacks never relax. Yeah, around those Afrikaans. See, us black people, we have our own swag. Leave us alone. You know what I'm saying? That's all we ask. And you won't get, your teeth taken out your mouth. You know what I'm saying? All we ask is leave us alone. You know what I mean? But I'm so glad we don't have the spotlight on us. The spotlight is on these immigrants, and we are going to take back America. And that's what the spotlight is on, baby. You know what I'm saying? Shooting shots at black America, that don't hurt us none, because I mean, we still here and we doing great. All right. So that don't hurt us none. What is going to hurt is if you turn your energy into getting after these immigrants and allowing us to have our American back so we can fight the way we know how to fight with each other. But we got to get these people out of here. Let's go.
Names appear, a lot of the same addresses. There's one building that has 14 Somali healthcare companies at the same address. There's another building in St. Paul that has 22 Somali healthcare businesses at the same address.
And
22. Damn. Aunt Esther. No. Aunt Etha. She said, I'm still mentally processing. I'm saying 120 kids in one daycare. Absolutely. Like, I just thought about that when you said that. I'm like, damn, 120 and I mean, really? Jeez. Damn. And then when our young journalist right here rolled up and attempted to go after or bring his American child to the daycare, he couldn't get into the daycare. This is too funny. Okay.
The government knows they're writing the checks. Yeah. The Democrats
Oh yeah, no, Islam got to go. You ain't never lied. This is and believe and believe this. This is all Islam's doing. Glenn, that's Glenn Benet. I hope I didn't botch that up. You know what I'm saying? These people got to go. That's Islam doing this. Allegedly. Allegedly. I don't want to just throw that all on, but come on now. Come on, you coming into America now. We are straight shooters over here in America. We're going to tell you, we're not going to play. We're not going to sugarcoat it. Just like I had to tell that guy that when he was just saying, around blacks never relax, hey, we used to being straight up with one another, whites and blacks. We go hard with one another, but damn it, you people gonna come up in here and really find out how we giving it up. And now that we both communities have our attention on you people are done. I am sitting back with my popcorn at the same time, got my hard hat on with my boots, because this is a war that we will win at all costs.
What's happened is that the Somali community is a very closed community. They will not speak to anyone outside the community and talk about what's going on within the community. They vote as a block. And so when you're a politician, you're saying, look, I've got 100,000 people in Minnesota that if I do something for the community, they're going to vote for me. And that's what it's all about, is getting the votes. And then the people here in Minnesota, you hear this term, Minnesota nice. I'm so sick of that term. The people here are so afraid of being called a racist or an Islamophobe. And they're afraid of their own shadow.
Well,
and
listen,
I don't understand.
Listen, man.
This is our future.
This is our future. We can't worry. They're white people right now. You can't be worrying about being called, a racist, a racist. You know what I'm saying? You can't be worrying about being called that right now. All right. Not from no damn non-American damn immigrant. That's crazy. He and she is coming up into your land, attempting to take over your great grandbabies' land and hard work that our ancestors and we are putting in. to carve a greater nation because of our ancestors. We're going to allow this. These people have their own ancestors in their own lands with their own history. Why are they coming over here? Why must we capitulate? Are we to capitulate? No, I don't think so. I just seriously don't think so. I don't think so. No more immigrants anymore. Jonah Chago said, no more, man. They got to go. We can't take this, man. Anyone run by Islam opposite beliefs they should kill others. No, Islam, they got to go. Islam, they got to go. They believe we are they call themselves peaceful, but all of their people believe that if we do not believe in their beliefs as a people, we are the infidel. I mean, how clear as day is that? I mean, it's very clear and concise what their overall program is. And that's to make sure that their people know that we are enemies to them. No matter how you want to cut and slice that up. All right. That one thing that Black Americans need to do is come together. Trust and believe me, these immigrants is bringing us together, baby. Believe that. That's what's happening. See, this is all divine. This is all divine. This is actually bringing whites and blacks together. I'm talking about white and black Americans. These immigrants, see what they don't understand, this Islamic ideology that's attempting to come into America and flop down, don't understand that that is going to unite the white and black community of America like you've never ever seen ever in life before. I guarantee it, because it's happening organically right before our eyes. We're not reaching for each other's communities. We are all speaking on principle of America right now and what it is to be an American. This is what we're standing on. And whites and blacks are all speaking on code. All of them are making sense. Every last one of them. I have not heard a white person yet that has been speaking about these issues and they've went off like they don't understand what they're talking about, unless I'm listening to a white liberal that just sounds totally delusional. This is bringing black people together. Trust me, black people come together. When black people have a real problem in their community, trust and believe me, they're going to come together. It just looks like that because the media puts that out there that we don't come together. And there's, you have your thug faction of our community, which is a very small percentage of our community. But it's looked at like it's the entire community, but it's okay. We're used to it. We're used to it. But this immigration situation is definitely bringing the black community tighter once, just bringing us more closer, and it's bringing whites closer to their community, and it's bringing whites and blacks closer. So that if you look online and look at the metrics, that's what's happening. Whites and blacks are standing up. We like, hold on, we want to preserve America. That's what's happening. That's all I'm saying. Smack that like button there, people. That's all I'm saying.
Generations are going to have to pay for all this fraud, and they just want to bury their heads in the sand and go on and just not worry about it. Tim Walz saying there's organized crime in Minnesota. What did he do about it? Nothing. You got organized crime? What are you doing? This is the Minnesota law, which mandates that anyone who knows of fraud and is a state employee must report that fraud. It's Minnesota Statute 3.971, Subdivision 9. Not only that, but Walz is also guilty of misconduct of a public employee.
Walz is not going to make it out of this.
The world is whole.
The walls are closing in on Walz. He's not going to make it out of this. Crystal, what's going on, gal? Crystal got set. What's happening? Smack that like button there, queen. I appreciate that. Slumdog Millionaire, I like the name. What's happening? Prison for walls. Yeah, he's gonna have those prison walls around him, bro. I don't want to. Damn, I don't want to wish that on nobody, but damn, bro, we tired of this. They almost took the president's head off. I mean, they were striking our pages. They were tyrannical. They were tyrannical. Do y'all remember? Let's think back. I don't think we're being. I don't. Man, I don't think that. I think we need to be a bit more progressive and and aggressive. Okay, I think we need to be a bit more. Do y'all remember all of what all of us?